some of the Champions League. We're going to get the phone set when we can. For some reason it wants it horizontal, so we'll get it horizontal. There we go, we're here now, finally. What a night in the Champions League that we've got. Massive night. Obviously, you look at the Liverpool-Madrid game, of course, that being the big one that many people are probably looking at. There is another big game for another English club by the name of Aston Villa. They take on Juventus tonight. Probably their biggest game in the Champions League so far. They've done well. They've done really well. Just made a nice coffee. Lovely job. Yeah, they've done really well. To be honest, this year, they've not done as well in the Premier League this year. They seem to have had that little lift last year, and it's sort of then plateaued. And I wouldn't say it's gone downhill for them yet. I'd say it's just dipped a little. No doubt that Unai Emery will get them firing again. The same squad that beat Bayern Munich, remember, earlier in the stage of the Champions League. And yeah, a massive game for them tonight, a massive test for them against Juventus. The Italian league by far has been the most entertaining league this season. I don't know if you guys have watched any games in the Italian Serie A, but it has been a phenomenal season with a lot of good players. And obviously a lot has been going on. A lot's been happening. Bear with me, guys. Just double checking everything here. I think we're all good. Yeah, we're back. Right, guys. So, like I said, Villa, they've had a good season, no doubts. They've not been as good as last year. A true test for them tonight against Juventus for sure. A big game for them, but they're at Villa Park, and as we know, they can be good at Villa Park. There's a lot of the fans really get on the back, which can be phenomenal for them. Talking of fans and talking of atmosphere, Anfield tonight is going to be absolutely mental. One huge game, one very big game. Everybody's writing it off. A lot of people are writing it off saying, well, it's bigger for Madrid than it is Liverpool. No. The fact is, when you counteract it and look at it completely, Liverpool Football Club, if they win tonight, a win for Liverpool tonight emphasises slot style of play, emphasises the play, gives the whole club a huge boost, like a huge boost. In the fact mentality, they think, oh, if we can beat Madrid, they can then go and beat City. Then who's stopping them? Ray, we've got, do you like Arsenal? I'm not a hater of Arsenal. Of course, I'm not a fan either. But sometimes you have to, I suppose, respect the football they play. Sometimes they can play really nice football, as they did against Sporting Lisbon last night. And that's a tough place to go. Arsenal went to a very tough place last night and did exceptionally well. What's that, Bert? I don't understand that. But yeah, Arsenal had a really good result last night. A really good result. I need to get myself on more live streams, isn't it? Hope to do that. A guest would be fantastic. But if you can write that for me again, because I don't really understand that, if I'm really honest. Ray, are you an Arsenal fan, by the way? Of course, we will discuss other clubs. We are Liverpool, but I've sort of changed the style of the channel up to be sort of everyone, because I want to discuss all football. I don't want to just discuss just Liverpool. So hi. Paul says COYS. I know what that means. Come on, you Spurs, isn't it? So we've got Arsenal, we've got Spurs. Yeah. By the way, guys, I recommend if anybody has Starbucks coffee, get it. Message retracted? What are you retracted it for? You said yes, but you retracted it. And you retracted it again. But guys, are you watching Villa? Are you watching Villa tonight against Juventus? I think if you're a Villa fan or if you're a Juventus fan, you're watching it. Read it, I bin it. Oh, you got to bin that one now. I just read it. Thanks for the love, man. I appreciate that. Like I said, yeah, I think if you're a Villa or Juventus fan, you're going to be watching that game for sure. But if you're any other fan, I think eyes are locked on Anfield, right? Liverpool, Madrid, of course, Madrid. Huge blow for them in Vinny Jr. Vinny Jr. obviously injured for around 3 weeks. So, I mean, that is a big blow. That is a big blow, because if we look at Real Madrid, we look at the past 8 games between Liverpool and Madrid. Madrid have won 7 of them, and there's been 1 draw. Liverpool's record against Madrid is not good. It's just not good, especially recent history. Of course, there's a bit more of a rivalry, I think, there. I've seen reports this morning that apparently Liverpool and Madrid are going to talk about Trent and all that situation today, and I can't see it myself, especially, pre-game. I can't see that. But yeah, apparently they have a good relationship. I don't see that. I do not see that at all. I think every player, not every player, but a lot of players that Liverpool have targeted, Madrid have also gone for, and obviously ultimately gone on to sign a player. Tuchemene, Mbappe, Jude Bellingham, all were linked to Liverpool previously. I don't talk Russian, so I presume that's Russian. I can't read it, so I don't know. But guys, if you can tap the screen, like the video, that will really help the channel, and I really appreciate that. But like I said, that was a big blow for Madrid, because if you look at the way things have gone for Real in that competition against Liverpool, things have gone very well for them. But we look at the top scorers for out them 8 games. The top scorers against Liverpool for Madrid is, you've got Karim Benzema, obviously top. He's not there anymore. And second to him is Vinny Jr. So again, hello, can you call me Jake? Hello, Jake. Yeah, so he's the second top goal scorer against Liverpool. So for them to lose him is a big blow. It looks as if Conor Bradley will start tonight, so he potentially will be up against Mbappe, because, of course, Mbappe is expected to start on the left wing, sorry, which he did play there a few times for Paris Saint-Germain and was not happy out on the left wing. So I think we'll have a bit of a moody Mbappe tonight, to be honest, especially, he's never played against Conor Bradley. He's probably never heard of Conor Bradley, to be honest with you. And if Bradley can get stuck in straight away, not allow him that time and space that he would desperately want, or if he starts doing these, neat little tricks or whatever, then Bradley really gets stuck into him, I think we'll have a bit of a moody Mbappe for tonight's game. But guys, what do you think? Are you watching the Liverpool-Madrid game, or are you watching other games? Let me know. Comment what game you're watching tonight, because obviously there is other games for sure. But like I said, for me, obviously as a Liverpool fan, I'm going to be watching Liverpool-Madrid tonight, which is on Prime Video, I believe. We've got Prime, we've got TNT Sports, we've got Sky Sports, we've got it all. So pretty much any Liverpool game apart from 3:00 kickoffs we can watch. I should do watch-alongs at some point, but it's having that time to do that. And in the evenings, I'm busy in the evenings, so it's like difficult to do that. But yes, guys. So who we have in here? We've had Paul, Mr. Retract, Ray, Bert. I can't read Russian. Christine Ford, which is hello, can you call me Jake? So am I calling you Jake Ford then? Are we calling you Jake Ford or Christine Ford? Because your name. Oh dear me. So yeah, like I said, guys, it's interesting tonight because I think Madrid need the win more than what Liverpool do. But I think for me, if you're Liverpool, I think you go in there to prove a point. You go in there to say, right, okay, so previously you're beaten us most of the time. It's time that changes. And to be honest, I feel like there's a feeling in the air for me that Liverpool win the game tonight. I've said previously on previous videos that we did the Real Madrid Liverpool preview, and we did a live earlier as well talking about the game and things like this. I did say 2-2. I did say a draw, and I'll take a draw, to be honest with you, because it keeps us in a very good position. But I don't know. There's a feeling in the air. It's a similar feeling. Well, the same feeling I had when we played Dortmund. Came back from behind against Dortmund. The one when we came back against Barcelona, there was that feeling, and it's just a feeling. I think Liverpool can score a couple of goals tonight, 2 or 3 goals tonight, and I do think they'll win the game. But I've said that on live, so hopefully it don't come back to haunt me. But yeah, I do. I generally do. I think Liverpool can win the game tonight, and I've seen, where they've got to exploit is that right hand side of the Madrid defence. Very inexperienced centre back potentially playing. No Carvajal, which is a big bonus. Lucas Vasquez will probably play at right back as well. So, Liverpool of course have injury issues as well. Trent's probably going to be on the bench tonight. I don't think he starts. Arne Slot has already said in his press conference he doesn't start the game, so I think he'll be on the bench. Alisson, I don't think he'll be on the bench. I don't think he'll be there with the squad, but he won't be involved at all. Kelleher's done really well, actually. Kelleher has been fantastic. He's come in the spotlight and done exceptionally well. He's pulled off some amazing saves, to be honest. It's going to be strange to see him leave the football club. I think he'll leave next summer. I don't think he'll be leaving in January. I think if you leave in January, I think there's cause for concern for goalkeeper numbers. But obviously we've seen Jaros this year as well. Jaros came on. Who was that, against Crystal Palace? Something like this. Yeah, against Crystal Palace he came on, wasn't it? His debut. But yeah, like I said, Liverpool have had issues injury-wise as well. Like, many people haven't spoke about the injuries at Liverpool. Most have been speaking about injuries at Arsenal. I mean, they had 1 or 2 big players out. Odegaard was the biggest, probably. And people weren't exaggerating last year when Liverpool had all them injuries last season and pretty much playing most reserve players and youth players and people like this. Nobody discussed it. And I don't understand that all of a sudden some Arsenal fans are saying, like, oh, we've got too many injuries. Oh, we've got problems. Well, half the problems that we had last season, the first 11 had to pretty much change. It's crazy. Caramel coffee's nice, isn't it? But it's just one of them things, isn't it? It's a perception thing. It depends how much that injury impacts the squad. I think I seen on X the other time that Manchester City, obviously they have injuries. Yeah, they do have injuries, but I seen one of their fans on X was going, "Oh, that's what's derailed our season. All the injuries, blah blah blah." And to be honest, no, it hasn't. You've still got an extremely strong 11. You've still got one of the best managers in the world, you know, tactically. Yeah. And yet you're not performing this year, and now you're blaming injuries. It just doesn't make sense to me. Liverpool didn't do anything in the summer apart from Chiesa and a goalkeeper we won't see till next season, with basically the same team as what we were. But obviously, we now have Arne Slot instead of Jurgen Klopp. So, yeah, it's I don't know. The injuries thing has to stop. I think teams have to stop blaming things on injuries now. I think yes, obviously Rodri was a massive blow for them, but I don't think it's down to Rodri that they're in such bad form. I mean, last night, 3-0 up and drew 3-3 against Arne Slot's former club, and the final fans were singing "You'll Never Walk Alone," and they're singing the Arne Slot song, which I absolutely loved. I mean, talk about banter. What a fan base! What a fan base! But yeah, more on tonight. I just had a message on X. Somebody said, "Are you looking forward to the game tonight?" And I am. Yeah, I am. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a big one. Like I said, atmosphere-wise, I think Liverpool will win. I don't know why. Like I've said on the stream, like I just feel it. There's a feel. There's an aura in the air. There's whatever you want to call it, but. Thanks for joining, guys, by the way. I appreciate it. And of course, we go down south just a little bit to the Midlands, and you've got Aston Villa versus Juventus as well. So that's a big game in itself. I think that's a big game for Villa. I think if Villa can pull out a result against the Serie A Juventus outfit, then I think the same as Liverpool, Barcelona, Inter Milan are near enough secured for the knockout stages. I mean, I do actually prefer this format of the Champions League. I'll be honest. I think maybe instead of adding 2 games extra, they probably could have still kept it at 6, 3 at home, 3 away, like different teams. It would have made things interesting for certain, especially with that amount of teams in the competition. So. Yeah, I think the extra 2 games, kind of makes sense in the table, but for me, it would have been exciting if it was 6 games still, because like I say, if you were pressured, I mean Liverpool now with 4 out of 4, if it was 6 games, we'd basically be near enough, a point, 2 point, 3 points away from going through, for sure. But they decided to up it to 8 games, which I couldn't really understand why 8 games, but that's just the way it is. That's the way they did it. So, but like I said, Villa have got a good chance tonight against Juve. They really have. I feel that if they play to their capabilities at Villa Park, then they can get a result. If you go on recent form and the way they're played in the Prem this season, then I'm sort of 50-50 on the fence whether they can get a result against Juve or not. Serie A teams are high scoring. I don't know if anybody here has watched this Serie A this year, but seriously, most of the games are so entertaining. There's goals everywhere. Absolutely. Absolutely goals like everywhere. Like it's crazy. More messages on X as well. People asking about the contract situation. The contract situation of obviously the obvious. You got Mo Salah, Trent, and Virgil van Dijk. I think it's poor management to allow your top 3, even if it's your top 1 player. Like if it was Arsenal and Odegaard, for instance, you would not let the contract situation get as bad as it has. For Salah to speak out, I think it's phenomenal. I think it's fantastic. I think players should be able to speak out. I don't think they should have to keep quiet because the club said so, or the owner said so, or the director of football said so, blah, blah, blah. I don't think I think it's the right way forward. I think footballers should have a voice. They have social media, they have cameras, they have like media companies upon media companies asking questions. Why can't they be honest? Because at the end of the day, for me, they're honest people, whereas the actual club, the directors and things like that, when they're talking, are so dishonest. It's mad. Are so dishonest, and it's the media as well. The journos, the journalists have been really spinning this Salah thing. They really have. Some have said it's disrespectful. Some have said, you know, in fact, can't think of the word, but sort of not saying it directly that Salah's lied, but some of the journos have basically said that because they say that the offer is on the table. It's just not to his specification, which I don't think is true. I don't. I think if Salah is offered a contract, 300,000 a year, 300,000 a week. Sorry, a year is terrible. Well, in the real world, it's phenomenal. But yeah, I do think that if they offered him a contract today with 300,000 for 3 years, I think he's signing the bottom line. He generally is. He loves the club. He loves the fans. He loves everything about it. So, I just don't. I don't disagree with him talking out. And it's the same as the Trent and Van Dijk. I think Van Dijk's been more vocal about his contract rather than what Trent's been. I think Trent's been very quiet, very coy on it, which is a little bit worrying, to be honest with you. He does seem, I don't know, will he stay? Will he go? I honestly don't know with him. I think he's making a big decision because you've got to look at the contract length. If it's 4 or 5 years, he's going to be 28, 29, coming towards the later part of his career. Now, he wants to win trophies. That is a certainty. Liverpool are in a position to win trophies. They're top of the Premier League with a nice 8-point gap. They are top of the Champions League. Well, was top of the Champions League last night. Can go back top not tonight with a win. They are in a really good position. Better position than what we thought. I think it's definitely a better position than what was expected of us. I don't think people expected Liverpool to be playing as well as they have this season. They have had poor games, but the hallmark of a champion is when they play poor and you still win. It's the hallmark of a champion. And against Southampton, they were poor. They were very poor. I watched the whole game, and it was not impressive. It was not nice to watch. But they pulled off and got the 3 points. And that's what champions in the end do. That is something that we've read throughout the years. Do we write Man City off yet? Probably not. All of a sudden they can hit form and win 15 on the bounce. It's not unrealistic. We've seen it before. Arsenal, would I say Arsenal's out of the title race? That's a difficult one. I don't think they are, but I also think they are. I'm a bit 50-50 with Arsenal, whether they're still in the title race or not. Champions League chances. Liverpool, if there was to win tonight, I think would probably be pushed towards being favourites for the Champions League. I'll be honest. It's the same as if they win against City. If they win against City next weekend, then I feel that they are potentially favourites again to win the Premier League. So, but we've been in this position before. We've seen Liverpool in this position before. They spent last season top quite a few times and end up not winning it. A few seasons ago, ended up not winning it. We've been very close many times. I think 96 points, wasn't it? Or 97 points, and still didn't win the league. So anything's possible in the Premier League for sure. But Champions League wise, I do think Liverpool do have a chance with the new format, the way things have gone. I do think that. I think it's going to be interesting to see what teams are in the playoffs and what teams they're drawn against to play in the playoffs to then get to the knockout stages with the rest of the teams. And obviously that stage will be drawn, I don't know how they're going to draw. I think they'll probably draw it as, okay, the 8 teams are through. I think they should get home advantage. All the top 8 should get home advantage. Then the other playoffs, they're drawn as to the winner of this game will face Liverpool. The winner of this game will face Barcelona. The winner of this game will face Inter, blah, 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 and so on and so forth. I think that's how they draw it. But I do think, if you get through in the top 8, you should have home advantage and you should go through. And then after that stage, there's no more home or away advantage. It's drawn randomly. That's how I think it should work anyway. But that's me. So, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work that way. But I mean, if I looked at on a different subject, we look at Liverpool going forward. Of course, I think Luis Diaz could have a good game tonight. Like I said, that weakness on that right hand side of Madrid's defence. I think Vasquez, Arda Güler's potentially expected to start as well because Rodrigo's had a muscle injury. He's not ruled out, but fitness wise, he's not going to be fit enough. Could prove me wrong tonight. He could start and end up playing the whole game and playing fantastically well. Hopefully not. But a lot of people are touting it. It's not only Liverpool versus Madrid. It's Mo Salah versus Kylian Mbappe and things like this and blah blah blah. I don't think that's necessarily disrespectful to both of the players, but why is it got to be Mbappe versus Salah? Why is it got to be Modric versus McAllister or whatever? Just enjoy the game. It's going to be mad. It's going to be crazy. There's going to be ridiculous moments, I'm sure. Another point, of course, Liverpool after this then face Manchester City in the Champions League, in the Premier League. Sorry, I've got Champions League on my brain. In the Premier League, in what is going to be a huge game. If City win, they might start believing, it might change their fortunes. If Liverpool win, 11 points clear. That is huge at this stage. Absolutely huge. You've got to lose 3 or 4 games with the other teams winning to get back into it. So, yeah, I think this week is a defining week for Liverpool. I actually think the hardest run of fixtures starts now. They've had some tough fixtures. Don't get me wrong. Liverpool have had some really tough fixtures this season. They played Chelsea, they played Arsenal, they played Manchester United. They played some Bayer Leverkusen, for instance, another big team. Played Villa. So they have played big teams. But I do think this is it. You've got 2 home games against Madrid, then City. Then you've got Newcastle away, Everton away. I think Girona away as well. I think is one of the games in the Champions League. So I think it's quite tricky the next few weeks, to be honest, because this is normally the start of the season where injuries do start to inflict. And as we've seen many times with Liverpool, they've been top of the league, they've been in the Champions League, they've been going for trebles, they've been going for quads, and have not ended up winning it. And that's because of injuries and the lack of investment in the summer. That is not changed. It won't ever change under Fenway Sports Group. It just won't change. Liverpool won't buy a lot of players next summer. They won't buy a lot of players in January, if any. We haven't seen many January transfer windows for Liverpool that they've actually bought players. So, yeah, I don't know. Once injuries start kicking in, who knows? Who knows what's gonna occur in the league, and of course in the Premier League, anybody can beat anyone. You've got Ipswich beating Tottenham, and then Tottenham beating City the way they did. So anyone can beat anyone. Ipswich got the point against United. Wasn't really expected to get a point, but yeah, and Southampton played well against Liverpool. So, yeah. I enjoyed that. Nice. Any questions, guys? Then drop it in the comments. Any questions about tonight's games or about anything, really? Anything football-wise? About opinions? Anything like that, just let me know. Comment below and we'll discuss. whatever you have to discuss, for sure. Oh. But yeah, like I said, you know, tonight's game, atmosphere-wise, I think will be fantastic. Fantastic. Phenomenal atmosphere, always is at Anfield, especially on these kind of nights. But yeah. But yes, guys, I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you chatting. Um, and yeah, I will be back for sure. We'll do another stream at some point. Predominantly, probably not tomorrow. If we do, it'll be early, early morning. Not early, but maybe like 9, 10, 10 a.m., something like this. But hopefully, a result tonight for Liverpool. Hopefully, a result for Villa. And the English clubs get good results tonight. But like I say, I'll be watching. I'll be watching that Liverpool Madrid game. You know this. It's going to be a big one. So hopefully Liverpool can win. I have a feeling, there's a feeling in the air, there's an aura about Liverpool winning tonight, and I really do think that. So I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen. Liverpool to win tonight. Somebody keeps beeping. Yeah, Liverpool to win tonight, I think. And I think they can score 2 or 3 goals as well. Like I said, if they can capitalise on the weaknesses within the Real Madrid defence right now, it's going to be interesting. The midfields are so important, though. I think if Liverpool control it in midfield, they win the game. I think if Madrid control it in midfield, it makes it very difficult for Liverpool to win the game because Madrid will control. That's exactly what they want to do. They're a very good team at that. We can't allow them to do that, especially the first 15, 20 minutes, because that's when they're going to want to do it the most. And yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll be live again soon at some point. Probably not today, obviously. Might be tomorrow between like 9 a.m., 10 a.m., something like this, to discuss what's happened within the Madrid-Liverpool game. But hopefully, good results for the British sides tonight, and that is me signing off. So again, thanks for watching, guys. Ta-da!